Hey beautiful people, my name is Kate and I'm the face of Nourish Holistic Health Coaching. Today I just wanted to share a little bit of my story with you to see if it's something that resonates with you and may help you decide that I might be the right health coach for you. So I remember sitting in my doctor's office the day that she turned to me and said, "Yep, you've got adrenal fatigue. Oh, and there's nothing that I can do for you." I was in absolute shock. I couldn't believe that I had a disease. So there were lots of tears because I was frightened. I didn't know what this meant and I was suddenly going, oh, so this isn't just going to go away. I also think I was crying tears because I had a label for it. I had validation now. I had something I could say to people. I'm not going mad. It's actually called this. But I was really shocked that she couldn't just write something on her pretty little piece of paper that would make it all go away. I'd been working in pharmacy for about 16 years at the time. So as much as I'd never really ever needed drugs for myself because I was quite a healthy person, I was always of the belief that you could match a drug with a disease and always make them better. So it was a real shock to me that there was no drug for this. So it started my journey of trying to get my health back. I'm a very determined person, a very stubborn person, so I didn't give up, and which is why I find myself here today, fully functioning and feeling fantastic, but it was a long way. So I want you to understand that I have been through it. I've walked in your shoes. I know what the journey is like to go through cycles of false hope, to feel like, yeah, this is the next miracle cure and it costs a packet, but I'm going to pay it because I just want to be better, and ending up with just expensive wee because it was just a supplement that didn't do anything or didn't help you. You go through cycles of disappointment, rage, anger. I was so mad because I asked why and was told it was probably because of the abusive relationship I'd been in for 3 years. So I spent a lot of time blaming him and then realised that not only had I got out of that relationship and should have been able to get on with my life, but I was letting him consume every thought because I was spending all of this time being angry at him. So he still had the power. So I had to let that go. I had pity parties. So then I had guilt parties because I felt guilty for feeling pity for myself. But at the same time, it was unfair and it sucked and it was wrong and I couldn't help but feel sorry for myself. And you grieve for your old self. You just want your old self back again, and every time you see a glimpse of her, you try and do all the things that you used to be able to do, and then you plummet back down to zero again and take weeks to recover. And then you make the mistake all over again when you start to feel a little bit better again. Not great, just a bit less than crap. And so then you just go through that cycle again of trying to do what you used to do and not being able to do it again. I know how terrifying it is to see your world get smaller and smaller. Everybody else can live out here and your limitations just get further and further in until your world is tiny because you can't commit to things anymore. You commit to things and you keep letting people down because you can't make it, or you can't go out after work because work was a hard enough commitment, and you get sick of disappointing people, so you just stop promising things and you stop committing to things. You worry, you have so much fear and so much anxiety around finances because you've just got money going out like this, paying all of these different modalities to see if you can get better, hoping they'll be the miracle cure, and they aren't. I'm not picking on other modalities, but I tried everything. I tried acupuncture, I tried Reiki, I tried massage therapy, I tried Chinese medicine man, Bowen therapy. I don't know, I held these brass ball things and chanted things and it didn't make any difference. Some of those things improve things to a degree, but just not enough to get me fully back to how I wanted to feel. You worry about your relationships, that your husband, your partner, your wife is going to get sick to death of supporting you and it always being about you. You get worried that you're going to lose your best friend. You're going to lose your close friends because they're just going to get sick of the sick version of you. I worked with most of my good friends, so as much as I didn't complain and tried to keep it to myself, I could say, I'm fine, and they'd look at me and go, no, you're not, because they knew me well enough. So I couldn't hide it from them as much as I wanted to protect them from it, and I was terrified that they'd just get sick of it one day and just go, oh, you're such high maintenance, get out of my face. You worry about your career, that you're either going to miss opportunities or that you're going to get the sack because of all of the sick days that you have to take. And sometimes you have to take a step back, and that's hard too. I had to do that, and I took the steps gradually, but I'd have to drop a day and go, oh, that's still not enough, drop another day. So that's terrifying as well. Plus, you feel like your future has not got as many possibilities as it had before. You can't dream because you don't even know how you're going to do anything that you can dream of anyway. So I understand what it's like. I know how it feels physically. Everybody feels things differently, but I know what it's like to wake up in the morning and feel so overwhelmed and terrified of how you're going to do all of the things that you feel obligated to do that day. How are your muscles going to even get you out of bed? I couldn't stand things touching my skin on really, really bad days. and moving across my skin. I had to wear tight clothes. I couldn't stand my hair moving because the roots of my hair hurt. Lights were too bright, noises were too loud. I couldn't even wear high heels. I'm 5 foot nothing. That was terrifying because I couldn't stand the sound of my footsteps on like concrete surfaces or polished floors. So yeah, I hurt all over. Your skin hurts, your eyes hurts, your ears hurt, and then fibro set in. So I had deep muscular pain everywhere. You can't compensate for that. It's not like you can walk on one leg and limp on the other one, or it's not just one limb that hurts, it's everything that hurts, and it's a deep-seated nasty pain. People think get a shot of concrete, everybody gets tired, but it's not just a yawn fest. It's your muscles don't work. They can't get you up 2 steps, let alone 2 flights of stairs. So I know how terrifying it is, but I managed to make changes. I ate reasonably healthy anyway, but I realised that making changes to my nutrition to eat right for what my body needed now was the key to all of this, and that making big lifestyle changes also made a difference. So here at Nourish Holistic Health Coaching, that is what I support people to do. You've got to be ready, you've got to be determined, and I will match your determination and walk with you and help you to make changes in your life that will make you get back to feeling fully functional. I probably still do have fibro and adrenal, but I wouldn't even know it. I'm not the sick girl anymore. I don't wake up every day and go, oh, that's right, I've got an illness. It doesn't remind me anymore. I will work with you in a holistic way. So it's easier to talk to people that you've only just met about broccoli to start with. So that's probably what we'll tackle first, is the nutrition. But then we will work through the whole picture and we'll look at whether you've got a fulfilling career, whether you've got a supportive relationship at home and with your friendships and build you a good tribe, whether you've got good spiritual practices, whether you've got an exercise regime that is something that lights you up and makes you excited. And we'll look at all of those things, but we'll do it together. So having a health coach gives you accountability and it gives you some support, and somebody like me, if you've been through the road of adrenal fatigue, fibro or autoimmune diseases, it's really, really important to have somebody that just gets it, and I just get it. So I have the privilege now of being able to walk people home and help them to create a life that they love, a life that they don't need a holiday from, and that's an absolute honour. And if it's something that resonates with you and that you'd really, really like to have a health coach, then I can't wait to connect with you and be that person for you. So yeah, check out my website, make contact with me, and I can't wait to be the person that helps to walk you home. Thanks for joining me. See you.